Are you guys in for pub trivia?
Oh yeah, I love pub trivia.
Oh yes, sounds great.
Hi, my name is Tara and welcome to Aussie Pub Trivia. If you've been craving some good old-fashioned pub trivia, then I have made this little quiz just for you. We've got 4 rounds of trivia: general knowledge, in the news, highbrow, lowbrow, and music. In each round, we've got 10 questions and some opportunities for bonus points to get a score out of 50. Keep your eyes peeled too. I've got an extra special bonus point just for eagle-eyed observers. Before we begin, I just want to shout out the track underneath all of this is called Berlin Town by Kjartan Abel. They've been kind enough to upload this track for open source use. So if you enjoy this track, maybe check out their other stuff. This is my first ever trivia, so I do hope that you enjoy it. Grab some pen and some paper and let's get into it. Round 1 is general knowledge. It's a mixed bag from science to pop culture, but don't worry, there's an opportunity for a bonus point and some 50-50 questions in here. There's 10 questions in total with 11 points available. Question 1 is for 1 point. The beloved character Sean was introduced in Wallace and Gromit's film A Close Shave. What type of animal is Sean? So question 2 is also for 1 point. Here we have something super zoomed in, and I want you to tell me what is super zoomed in. So what is this a picture of? So question 3, which childhood nursery rhyme is about the bubonic plague? For question 4 of general knowledge, which of the following is the second law of motion? A, the force on an object is equal to the mass times its acceleration. B, when 2 objects interact, they apply forces to each other of equal magnitude and opposite direction. Or C, an object will not change its motion unless a force acts on it. So which is the second law of motion? It's now time for a special round, heads or tails. My gorgeous husband has helped me with this round because it turns out I can't flip coins. We've got our bluey coin ready to go, sitting tail side up on his thumb. So all you have to do is tell me, has he flipped a heads or a tails? Now on to question 6. This is our first 2-pointer. I'd like to know what the name of the famous landmark is. I'll show you an extreme close-up of a famous landmark. If you can get it from the extreme close-up, you get 2 points. If not, I'll reveal a little bit more, and that's worth 1 point. For question 7, I've located a list of the top 50 titles from BookTok. I've also made a few myself. Can you tell me, is this a top 50 BookTok title, or is this just fake smart? Question 8 is a 50-50 question. I've collected a few either super helpful life hacks or completely useless videos from the 5-Minute Crafts extended universe. I need you to guess, is it going to be useful or useless? In today's scenario, we've ordered a Macca's 6-pack and somehow used all of our sauce on 2 nuggies. Will they give us a real hack, Or is this video useless? For question 9, before they were on iPhones, what did the internet call emojis for 1 point? The final question in round 1, question 10. Guess the year in which these 3 events happened. Don't Go Breaking My Heart by Elton John and Kiki D was released. Cigarettes and tobacco ads are banned on TV and radio in Australia, and Rocky was released in cinemas. Onto our second round. In the news will be our topical round. From the most important news to the least important news of the month, make sure you're paying attention. Again, there's a few bonus points this round and some 50-50s. Just like last round, there's 10 questions, but with a possible 12 points. Question 1 is worth 2 points. Name either of the 2 people in this photo. For a bonus point, why are they in the news? Question 2 is worth 1 point. The news has been blowing up over a new AI app that is tanking ChatGPT's profits. What's the name of the app? Question 3 is a 50-50. Florida man and Aussie man are unique, beautiful, wonderful creatures. Sometimes they make very interesting headlines. I want to know, does this headline refer to the actions of an Australian man or of a Florida man? Question 4. Somewhere in Australia, a man named Brad stopped a Liquorland robbery while he was waiting for his cheeky kababy after a big night. Here's a news report.
Was about to devour a juicy kebab, but when he saw a bottle shop being robbed, the man you're about to meet quickly put his dinner on hold. Brad stepping in to stop 3 teenagers attempting to steal alcohol in front of dozens of restaurant diners in West End.
As brazen as it gets, it's just after 7 o'clock last night, in full view of nearby diners, customers and a lone store attendant, clearly not enough to deter these 3 masked thieves attempting to rob the Liquorland at West End.
I said something's not right here.
Helping themselves, they're not shy, grabbing several bottles, loading up their bag. The worker behind the counter is distracted, but not Brad, who'd been queuing nearby for a kebab when he spotted the trouble and leapt into action.
Where the bottle shop is, I went and I just stood in front, because it's a single door, I went and stood in front of the door.
Brad tells them to drop the grog, staunchly blocking the exit until they either pay.
What I'd like to know is, which Aussie city does Brad live in? In question 5, we have a picture word puzzle. These pictures go together to make a phrase. Solve the phrase for 1 point, and for a bonus point, tell me what it refers to. You don't have to write a paragraph, just a sentence. On to question 6, and it's our sports question. This week in cricket, Annabelle Sutherland made history. What did she do?
I'll be back in time.
For question 7, I've gone back in time for just one day to relive some amazing events that happened on the 8th of February 1992. Which of these did not happen on the 8th of February 1992? Was it A, I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred peaks at number 1, B, Ulysses spacecraft passes Jupiter, or C, Jack Nicholson uses a golf club to attack a car? We're in Lima for question 8. In December, a police officer dressed as which Christmas character while performing a drug bust? Our Aussie pollies do dumb things almost constantly. No matter which party they belong to, it's just a matter of time until they produce some cringeworthy content. So for our dumb thing this week, which Aussie politician told Sky News that they had taken their staffers to a sex shop to buy trinkets for Christmas? Finally, in our news round, question 10, worth 1 point. Which country granted a mountain the same rights as a human being this week? Now we're at halftime and it's time for some answers for the first 2 rounds. Starting with general knowledge, remember there's 10 questions this round and 11 points available. Question 1, the beloved Sean is a sheep. Congratulations if you had sheep. This is a close-up of a lemon. I am excited to get some tricky close-ups in the trivia later down the line, so watch out for this question. The childhood nursery rhyme is likely one you're familiar with. It was Ring-a-Ring-a-Rosy. The second law of motion is A. The force on an object is equal to its mass times acceleration. Well done if you got that one. It's heads or tails time. Has my husband flipped a head or a tail? And in case you missed it, he's flipped a head. Well done if you said heads, you get 1 point. Question 6 in the general knowledge may have been a bit of a tricky one. If you got this from the first picture, this one, you get 2 points. If you got it here, you get 1 point. And that landmark, of course, is the beautiful Taj Mahal. Well done if you got that one on the 2 points. On to question 7. Is this a real book talk cover? You may have guessed it. No, sadly, this is a fake cover that I have made. Sorry if it got you excited. Finally, it's time to see if we've been given a real hack to deal with our sauce disaster, or if this is just clickbait. And unsurprisingly, this one is clickbait. I hate watch these so often, so get excited for more useless hack or real hack. And moving on to the answer for question 9 in the general knowledge question. Before they were on iPhones, emojis were called emoticons. I would personally really love an MSN resurgence if we can organise that. And finally, in the general knowledge round, the year that all of these things happened in was 1976. So that's round 1, and I'll be moving on immediately to the answers for round 2. And here are the answers for round 2. Just a reminder, there's 10 questions, but with a possible of 12 points in the news round. Starting with question 1, which is our 2-pointer. This is Billie Eilish in the red on the left and Billie Joe Armstrong from Green Day on the right. They were in the news because they opened a charity concert for the LA bushfires called Fire Aid by performing together. The new app that everyone is chattering about is called DeepSeek. This wonderful young man who can't make it to jail because he has a curfew is Floridian. Though this does sound very much like something an Aussie would try to get away with. This absolute legend, Brad, who foiled a Liquorland robbery while waiting for his kebab, lives in Brisbane, which just seems really fitting for this story. Question 5 was our picture word puzzle, and these seem to annoy some people, so I'm sorry, I like them. This week we had a 100-unit woodblock, remember those from primary school? A purse and an ent from Lord of the Rings. On the bottom row we had some tar, and that is the riff from I Can't Get No Satisfaction. So all together, the picture puzzle says 100% tariffs. And of course, that was in the news because of Donald Trump's proposed 100% tariffs on many international imports. Annabelle Sutherland made history. What did she do? She became the first woman in Test cricket history to score a century. Pretty wicked that Aussie sporting heroes are still making history. Congrats if you got that one. Question 7, we've gone back in time to the 8th of February 1992. And one of these things didn't happen. Which one? It was, of course, Jack Nicholson using a golf club to attack a car. That happened on the 8th of February 1994. Returning to Lima for question 8, a police officer dressed as the Grinch for a drug bust. Question 9 was our Dumb Things 1-pointer. Who was the Polly discussing buying sex trinkets for their staffers? Let's watch the interview.
So we did go and visit an adult shop, and we did that. We had been working for 9 or 10 days straight. I don't deny that. It's also, by the way, it's a local business. It's locally owned. What is stopping me from going in to speak to those people in that business? As well as that, we're getting Christmas trinkets. Right. We do this. We have pretty good morale in my office. It's pretty open. There's no doubts about that. We're like normal people out there. That's what we are down in my office, very normal people. We like to have a bit of a joke with each other, and everybody participated in those Christmas trinkets, just so that's quite clear.
Okay, so as we saw, it was Jackie Lambie, Tasmania's own, still sitting senator. And our final question in the first half, question 10, the country who has given human rights to a mountain is New Zealand. A quote from a BBC article explains it means that Taranaki Manga, which is Mount Taranaki's traditional name, will effectively own itself, with representatives of local tribes, iwi, and government working together to manage it. I think that's really beautiful. Good job, New Zealand. So at this point, you should have a score out of 23. Let's go on to the second half. Welcome to Highbrow Lowbrow. This is our pop culture trivia round. There will be some high art and literature. There will also be some of your favourite celebrities and trashy reality TV. In this round, there's still 10 questions and 13 points available. Let's get started. Question number 1, starting off simple. Who is Cameron Diaz married to? Question number 2 is a 2-pointer. For the first part, how many contestants have appeared in the US version of RuPaul's Drag Race? And for the bonus point, how many contestants have there been in every other international version? I'll give you a hint. There's a lot. Question 3, here we have 3 movie posters. There's an actor who's a prominent role in all 3 movies. This week we have Star Trek, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, and Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. What is the name of the common actor? For question 4, someone in history has said this quote, "I know that human beings and fish can coexist peacefully." Who said this quote? Question 5 is our trashy reality 1-pointer. There's a new season of Maths on, and there's already 2 grooms who are vying to be the villain of the season. What are their names? There's a hint. One of them is in the photo.
Oh, need a hand? Yeah, nah, just browsing, thanks, mate.
Question 6 is just browsing, thanks. Here's a close-up of a celebrity's brows. Who do they belong to? Question 7 is a step to the library. Who is Mary Ann Evans, better known as? And there's a hint because I'm nice. She wrote Middlemarch. Here we have an arty 2-pointer. We all know this artwork and we all have opinions on this artwork. But what's its name? And for a bonus point, who is the artist? Another literary 1-pointer. There are 3 writers who have won 4 Pulitzer Prizes each. Name one of them. Here's a hint. One of the winners has 4 for poetry, one has 4 for drama, and one has 3 dramas and 1 biography Pulitzer. For our last question in the highbrow lowbrow round, I'll give you a still from a movie. I'd like you to name it. There are 2 in total here for 2 points. So this is the first. What movie is that? And here is the second. Which movie is this? To the final round and my favorite round, music. In this round, just like the others, there are a few opportunities for bonus points, but no 50-50 questions. In this round, we'll have 10 questions with a total of 13 points. Question 1. Triple J's Hottest 100 took place in January. Which artist took out first place? For question 2, I'm going to play a song that I've reversed. Can you please tell me the song and the artist for 1 point? Question 3 is a connection question. Here we have 3 albums from 3 side projects of an artist who is also in a much more famous band. I'd like to know what is that much more famous band. So this week's 3 albums, we have Songs for the Deaf by Queens of the Stone Age, Tenacious D's self-titled album, and Nevermind by Nirvana. Question 4 is our first audio question and our first 2-pointer for the round. I'll play a little bit of an iconic opening riff. I'd like you to name the song. 1 point per correct answer. In question 5, I'd like to know what the name of this artist is. Sometimes covers are more famous than the originals. For question 6, I'm going to play a little bit of Mark Ronson and Amy Winehouse's cover of Valerie. I'd like to know who is the original artist.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. 'Cause since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. I want you to come on over and stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
This week, a band performed a very unique cover of Wonderwall, which has gotten the stamp of approval from Liam Gallagher. Who was that band? For 1 point in question 8, who does this guitar belong to? Another audio 2-pointer in question 9. The Aussie music industry isn't doing so hot right now, so I'm using this question to promote small Triple J unearthed artists. I'm going to play a little of one of their songs, and I'd like you to tell me who it is. If you've listened to them before, give yourself a bonus point.
On my Oz TV, I don't want that Channel 3, I need that ABC. Mum's coming home at 5, I like to try and find respite and lighten the load of the primary school day grind. The kind of boredom, you know, between daytime TV shows. Ain't airing Dragon Ball, ain't airing Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I need a thriller, a killer, something to fill the time between the news and Bob the Builder.
And question 10 is our final question for the music round and for the whole quiz. For 2 points, I'll play a little bit of a song. I'd like you to tell me what year was it released. There's 2 tracks, 1 point per correct answer. For a hint, I've included the album covers.
Do you know where the wild things go? They go on undertake your need. Bring down our sleep, build a breakfast, now let's eat my love, love, love. She bruises calls, she splutters pistol shots, hold her down.
Security, will you let me in your pub? I'm not looking for trouble, I'm looking for love. I'm not looking for harm, I'm looking for love. Will you let me in your heart, let me in your pub?
And now we're on to the answers. I hope you enjoyed the music round. So, starting with Highbrow Lowbrow. Question 1 for 1 point. Cameron Diaz is married to Benji Madden from Good Charlotte. Question 2 was our RuPaul's 2-point question. So there are 224 American Ru girls, and there's about 461 international Ru girls. If you got either of those, plus or minus a couple, give yourself a point. Question 3 was our common actor question. So the person who has starred in Star Trek, Mission Impossible, and Ice Age was Simon Pegg. Question 4 for 1 point. I know that human being and fish can coexist peacefully was said by the one and only George W. Bush. Question 5, we're looking at the new season of Maths. The 2 grooms already going for the villain edit are Elliot and Tim. Moving on to our just browsing danks. Whose brows were these? They are Sabrina Carpenter's. Mary Ann Evans is better known as George Eliot. So question 8 for 2 points, and this one is a tricky one, I acknowledge. So this artwork's name is The Comedian, and its artist is Maurizio Catalan. Well done if you got that one. A back-to-back hard one, question 9. We were looking for one of 3 possible Pulitzer Prize winners. 1 point if you had any of the following: Robert Frost, Eugene O'Neill, or Robert E. Sherwood. Finally, name these films. Firstly, we had Heretic, which is an absolutely incredible film. If you haven't seen it yet, very much worth it. And the second one was Twisters, which is the sequel to Twister. Moving on to our answers for music now. So question 1, which artist won the 2024 Triple J Hottest 100? It was, of course, Chappell Roan with her absolute earworm, Good Luck Babe. Number 2 was our backwards song, and I felt like having a little joke. So this one is Feels Like We Only Go Backwards by Tame Impala. Name the main band from the artist's side projects. I may have started an argument in your household about if they're more popular than the others, but the answer for this one is Foo Fighters. Question 4 for 2 points. Identify these 2 songs by their opening riffs. The first one we had was, of course, Akadaka, Thunderstruck. And the second there, we had Confidence by Ocean Alley, 2 Australian classics. Halfway through on question 5, what is the name of this famous artist? It is, of course, Prince, or the artist formerly known as Prince. Either is fine. Who sang the original Valerie? It was, in fact, a band called the Zootons, and their original version is very much worth a listen as well. Back-to-back covers. For question 7, the band who covered Wonderwall this week was Bring Me the Horizon. Question 8, whose famous guitar is this? This guitar was owned by Jimi Hendrix. Congratulations if you got that one. Question 9 was our Triple J Unearthed question. So we were looking for Playlunch. They are an incredible Aussie band, and here is a QR for their Linktree if you would like to go and subscribe to Spotify or wherever you listen. If you enjoyed them, give yourself that bonus point, even if you haven't listened. Finally, question 10, another 2-pointer. So Breeze Blocks by Alt J was released in 2012, and the second song there is Security by Amel and the Sniffers, and that was released in 2021. So at the end of round 4, you should have a score out of 49, and that is because there is one bonus point available. Earlier in this video, I made a spelling error on a celebrity's name. If you spotted that I spelled Cameron Diaz incorrectly, you get a bonus point for being an eagle-eyed player. Thank you so much for paying such close attention. And so at the end of our game, from the 4 rounds, you should have a score out of 50. And with the scores tallied, that's the end of the quiz. Thank you so much to everybody who played through my quiz. It genuinely means the world to me that you would stay for my entire pub trivia. Please let me know how you did in the comments. As I said at the start of this video, this is my first ever pub trivia. So please also post any suggestions or comments that you have, any positive criticism, so that I can get better and include your ideas in my trivia. I'm hoping to keep uploading at least once a fortnight. So please make sure that you like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Bye.